proud Mindanaoan and a proud Filipina, social entrepreneur Marga Nograles ultimately takes pride of her roots by showcasing our country's rich art of weaving through Kaayo, a clothing brand that produces unique pieces of Mindanao origin. Marga spearheads her team in modernizing the craft and in the process, helping indigenous tribes and women groups. Leading Women celebrates the centuries-old tradition of weaving and the beauty of Mindanao embedded in every piece.
Hi, Angel!
Hi, Marga!
Hi! Thank you so much for visiting me.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity to do so, to visit Kaayo. Salamat Kaayo for having me.
Oh my gosh, always, always. I'm honored that you are here in the store, in our little store.
Congratulations on your, what do you say, little store? It's a big store. Kaayo is a big name. Kaayo, what does it exactly mean? Thank you very much. Thank you. Good intention?
Kaayo, we use kaayo and we say it means kindness or goodness in Bisaya. We set up the brand in hopes of inspiring this kindness to as many people as we hopefully can.
You know, you mentioned the word hope. Was it a hope? Was it a dream? Was it an intention to come up with your own store?
I would have never dreamed of this, really, at all. I think everything that happened with Kaayo was not planned. Nothing was planned. So everything just fell into place bit by bit, day by day.
How was Kaayo born?
Kaayo was born only because we wanted to give livelihood to Atiboli, mother and daughter from Lake Cebu. That's Ate Elena and Gigi. Ate Elena is a very good friend of my mom. My mom has been doing volunteer work for tourism and trade for as long as I can remember. You know, long ago, when no one cared for Davao or Mindanao, my mom and her friends were talagang all out, really just promoting, kahit walang pumapansin sa kanila, di ba? So all these women's groups and tribes, they're her friends. I moved to Davao in 2005.
But you were born and raised and educated in Davao.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Davao. I went to high school there. So I just moved to Manila for college, and then I worked in New York. So when I came back to Manila, I moved to Davao. And then shortly after, my husband Carlo became congressman of the 1st District of Davao City. So Ate Elena now would come to me in my office to ask for assistance lang, for medical assistance. So I would help in however way I could. And then eventually I said, alam mo, ganito na lang, gawan mo ako ng jacket. I told her, because you know, your beading in Lake Cebu is beautiful, so make me jackets and I'll buy. So she was so excited, right? So she's like, ay, ma'am talaga, we have the best jackets. Ay, gawan kita, gawan kita. So she made for me, and that's how it was born. I teach her, okay, dapat you know magkano yung cost mo. So magkano yung tela, magkano yung beads, magkano yung travel mo, yung kinakain mo dito, pag nandito ka, all of that. And then, plus you put a value to your labor, right? And then you come up with your price and you sell that to me. Then I will buy it from you. So there, I would buy for myself in the beginning, and then suddenly my friends would ask me to buy for them. And then from there, we involved into many things already, working with many women's groups, tribes, and fabrics, and textiles, all of that.
So there are different tribes in Mindanao.
Yes.
That you work closely with.
Yes.
So what makes each tribe different?
They have different ways of beading, different ways of embroidering. They use different colors, different textures.
What is it about the textiles, the fabrics, the workmanship, the working relationship with these women that you like the most?
They're like our family. And then when you see that you are really able to help them, and you really make an impact in their lives, you empower them, they're excited, they're inspired, that for me is the best part.
Behind every fabric is an inspiring story that weaves Mindanao's culture with contemporary trends. Marga tells us about each design and how carefully it's woven.
Let's start here first. Sige, let's start
First
here.
rack.
So
Okay.
here is a sample dress, or maybe a skirt. If you look at the skirt, okay. So this beading is done by Ate Elena. She's not so young. So what they do now is they have a beading room in Lake Cebu. So they have a community that they help, and then they come to their house and they bead there.
How nice.
But that's already theirs. Imagine how empowered they are to organize that.
So you empowered them and they empowered others.
Yes.
And those others are empowered as well.
Yeah,
and
so they have their livelihood, and then, diba? So I also ask their input in light of design. So I always tell them, ano sa tingin nyo? Lagyan natin yung black. Then they'll say, ma, maganda yung may red. Kasi lalagyan natin ng beads na bago, na ganyan. Sila na yan. And pieces are also kind of one of a kind. You know, it is not something we can replicate over and over and over again. Because, you know, like let's say if I have to do this, paulit-ulit,
So, ito,
paulit-ulit. Now this is okay because these are strips. I buy the strips and I put them on the skirts too. But here's another one. This is naman mandaya. So this is hand-woven mandaya. It's a mandaya patch.
Okay. This is exclusive to that tribe.
Yes,
The
mandaya. So I buy patches from them. So they make patches from me and we put it in our linen long sleeves. This one is embroidery. So this is Tiboli hand embroidery naman. Whereas the other one was beading.
Okay, let's
And this is mandaya. Okay.
pick up the...
Sige. So if you see, this is hand beaded. This is embroidered by the mandaya, hand embroidered. This is hand embroidered by the Tiboli. So you see the difference. If you look at it closely, like you see their thread is thicker. That's their design, completely their design. Yeah. This one naman is Tiboli. So it's different. So the Tiboli, they can hand bead like that and then they can embroider like this too.
How do you feel about, you know, being able to help all these tribes and in turn they help each other?
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Nakakataba ng puso to see that you're able to help. Then, you know, I realized doing this for 2 to almost 3 years, you realize talaga that you're really more fulfilled if you do something that is bigger than yourself. It is not just you. It is really being of service to many more people.
Coming up, Marga shares with us exciting anecdotes working with different tribal groups. This and more on Leading Women. Social entrepreneur Marga Nograles finds joy in working with different indigenous groups from Mindanao. Greatly influenced by her mother, Marga shares with us her meaningful journey, meeting indigenous people and uncovering their potential.
Did you wear this to
Yeah, I
the
wore
sauna?
this to the sauna.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to show that this is inol, hand woven by the Maguindanao women. So we give them the colors that we like, and then they're the ones that incorporate them and put them into these weaves. It's kind of like our Mindanao silk. These are custom made because the fabric is not cheap. So I don't mass produce because I only make if someone orders and really is fit to your size. And it's also one of a kind.
It's only been 2 years?
Somewhat, to almost
Still
3.
a baby. I mean,
Still,
still
yes.
in infancy.
Yes, it is. So I'm still learning. Every day, I'm learning. So it's been a great learning experience for me.
What are the learnings that you take with you every single day that, you know, you visit a store, you think of your brand, you think of the women?
Yeah. I guess one of my biggest learnings is that my brand is Kaayo. It's not Marga Nograles. It's Kaayo because it's not just me. It's the coming together of everyone. The women's groups, the indigenous tribes, our partners, the people we collaborate with. So I think my biggest learning is you're stronger when you all come together for a common purpose. So I also have many collaborations. One we recently launched is the one with Alex Eduque. Like for instance, here. So this is so she drew that and then I embroidered it on the top and then the Tiboli beaded inside. So parang colored it with their beads. So it's hand beaded. So I sent this to Lake Cebu pa. Proceeds of this collection will go to preparing school kits for the children in Marawi. These are our scarves. Our bitaog scarves are now plain colored. So we have a plain black, plain white. So here's the red.
Okay.
And you know what? Red will bring you good luck all year round, won't it not?
Yay.
There you are. Tells the story why the pineapple.
This is so cute.
Everything goes. Actually, that's nice. This is too.
These are the pieces that are left because most are sold out. Sold out means, of course, everybody loves it. But
Yeah.
it also means that you
Sayang.
have, sayang, or you have to come up with different designs at a particular time.
Yes,
Kasi, di ba, kailangan now na.
Yeah, correct. So there's a weird balance nga there. The pieces that we have are really just one of a kind dish. So I always say if you have it, you're so lucky because ikaw lang may ganyan. Now, we lose on sales, yes, but we learn from that. So because of that, we're really looking to working with more tribes and maybe doing pieces that are a little bit faster to do. And then we are also studying what our customers like. We want to make sure that the pieces that we make for them is really something they really want. So we're learning. It's a learning process for us.
From a social media post, the brand's popularity quickly grew, and now Kaayo has a pop-up store situated in one of the go-to shopping malls in Metro Manila.
Marga, please tell us, what were the first few days of Kaayo like?
So I started my Instagram. Actually, before I started my Instagram, my friends were already telling me, Marga, can you just put na on Instagram so we see the jackets and all that? I'm like, huh, you think people will follow? I don't know, but I don't think I'm ready for an Instagram. And they're like, just do it. Ano ba? So I did. And then when I started, I was really talagang answering every question. Like I said, sometimes buong araw ko may magkausap nung kausap ko on Instagram, right? Because we're talking about weaves and the skirts and all that. It grew on Instagram. And then what happens now is when they have inquiries, I lead them to the store or to my staff who can handle their payments, their shipping, all of that.
It's good to delegate, no? You can't
I learned,
I mean, it's a responsibility, of course, to your customers and to those who are
yes.
big fans of the brand.
Yes,
but you also
I
have to
agree.
take care of yourself.
So I think my quick solution to that right now is to really just invite everyone to come to the store. Because if they have questions and if they want to fit or see or feel, I always say just come to the store so you can really see it and fit. And then you get first dibs too. Because like I said, we also cannot mass produce. We cannot make too much of a certain piece. I think the maximum we can do is maybe 20 of different sizes.
That's a challenge for you and your team to just produce 20 of different styles, and that could be it.
Yes.
Because the material, the weaving,
Yes,
the
yes.
beading. Do you ask advice from your mom? You see your mom and her friends and how they help the women of Mindanao, the women
Yes.
of Davao.
Yes.
Do you ask her for advice? Is she the first person you call?
Of course. Well, first of all, I'm the only child. In everything I do with Kaayo, she really is the only one who guides me. Like me, let's say I'll put things together, or I'll put a product together, or a dress together. She will always tell me, okay, you will do that, but you have to know where the weave is from, why the weave was done, who does it, the people who do it. She always reminds me to go back to that. When you create something, you explain the story of why it was done. And then the work of your hands. She always tells me, basta it is done by the work of your hands that will be blessed. Because it's work that you do on your own. You and the tribes and the women's groups and your staff, everyone. Again, everyone coming together.
The mother-daughter relationship when it comes to the business, your social enterprise, when it comes to your relationship
Yes.
as a mother and daughter, is there a difference? Is there
Yes.
a similarity?
So I think business part, that's me, the looking to grow and to make it sustainable. So I look into that. Our costs, the fabrics, how much, markups, ganyan. My mom is all passion and heart. For her, okay, that's great. Okay, but there's a new tribe that I want to help because they've been calling me. And then Marga, you have to see talaga how we can help them in so many ways. She's like that.
So yin and yang, it's a good
Yes.
balance.
Yeah, so I balance. Okay, ma'am. Okay, let's do this. Their jackets are so nice. I'll buy na all of it. Wait. Yung iba hindi matching sa collection. Mga like that. But that's what that's her passion. I get my passion from her.
Up next, Marga tells us more about her advocacies promoting her love for Mindanao through providing livelihood for ethnic groups. Next on Leading Women. Honoring the skills of Mindanao weavers, social entrepreneur Marga Nograles and her mom work closely with indigenous tribes. Every piece highlighting colorful patterns and intricate beading techniques handed down from generations.
In choosing the women to work with, how does that go? How do you balance that excitement and passion
Yes.
with level-headed thinking, if I may say?
So one tribe at a time. We are out to really help everyone. I mean, as much people as we can. Everything just happens. It flows. So like when we met the Bagobo Tagabawo women of Bitaog, Davao del Sur, that also just happened. So my mom and I went to them, got to know them, and they're such amazing group of women. Now we are looking to work with 2 more tribes. So the first one approached my mom. So they're saying they saw our store opening, and then they're saying we would love to also be part of Kaayo. So my mom was so excited because the work that they do is also so beautiful. So that is the Taga-Kaolo tribe, and then the Bilaan tribe too. We're working with them now doing product development, and we're very, very excited to launch the collections with them.
How do you explain or share with these women, the different tribes, what it's like to have their products here in Manila, that it gets sold out, that it is admired, it is enjoyed? What are your stories to them about situations like that?
We're in constant collaboration with them, and we're always talking, like they call me mga twice a day sometimes, every week. Ay, they were, oh ma'am, kamusta na? So ano nangyari? Ay, I'll send you a picture. Suot ni Marian
I
yung
saw
ginawa mo.
that!
Ganyan. So I send them and they're so kilig. I just tell the tribes, alam mo, mahal kayo ng Diyos. Really, God loves you. That's the only reason why all of these things are flying. I have no explanation to this. I have none. So it is really just because maybe God wants all of us to do this, all of us together. And then they're very touched and inspired by that. So they continue on with that in mind.
This social enterprise heart of yours, have you always dreamed of it, wished for it?
No, I mean, everything just came into place. Everything just happened. Like, if you ask me how it happened or why it happened, did I plan for it? No, I did not plan for it. It just happened, and suddenly everything was coming, sabay-sabay, all the blessings, all the opportunities. So I just said yes to everything. Basta if it was here to promote Mindanao, yes, let's just do it, let's do it. Because Kaayo is a gift, not just to me or my mom, but really to Mindanao.
What do you like most about being a child of Mindanao?
I grew up in Mindanao, and then that's my home. If you come visit and you see the people, the culture, everything, there's so much to be proud of in Mindanao that people don't know about. Even the tribes, before no one cared for them, but now that everyone is asking about it, you realize that there's so much culture and so much talent in Mindanao, that's why I'm so proud to be a Mindanaoan. That's my heritage, that's who I am.
Running a business has its own challenges, but Marga is grateful to her family and friends who unceasingly support her along the way.
You have a lot of clients from, as you mentioned, Marian to Secretary Berna Romulo Puyat.
She's really the one who encouraged me to go for it. Marga, just do it. I'm like, huh? Just do it. Many of my friends have been so supportive. So I've been so thankful to all of them.
The support of your family, your husband and your children.
Yeah, of course. Oh my gosh, my kids are so involved with Kaayo. My daughter designs, and she goes, I think you should do this, that.
Wow.
Yeah, they love. She tells me now, when I grow up, I'm gonna be a designer. She's creative that way. They're so proud.
And your biggest fan is your husband. I see
Yes.
his
You
posts.
see his Instagram.
Yeah, I see his Instagram and how much he adores you,
Oh
how
my
much he's so
gosh.
proud of you, and you likewise when you post
yes,
on
yes.
Kaayo's
He is
page.
my biggest fan. I am his biggest fan. And my priority really is my husband and my children. So they are first. Everything stems from that. So I am lucky, and again, I am so blessed to have businesses that are able to give me my time with my husband and my children.
The love that it has come from you, then the family, and then you give it to all the women who you've helped and continue to help.
Yes, you always have to be happy, I have to be happy for my children, for my husband, so if there's anything that weighs you down or something, just let it go. It's not for you.
Kaayo means good. Has it taken on a different meaning now that the brand is who the brand is?
Kaayo is still the same. We still go back to why we started it, and then Kaayo really still stands for what it is. It's goodness, and are hoping to inspire goodness to as many people as we can. But Kaayo kasi also means very. Di ba when you say salamat Kaayo, parang thank you very much. So in that very, that superlative, I guess it is also just our representing the best of what we can give to you.
What is the future like?
First, we are very excited to be working with 2 new tribes. So with the coming in of the 2 new tribes, there are so many things we can do in light of collaboration, collections that we can do. As far as our stores, I am looking to be more present maybe in retail malls for people to come and experience the brand, not just see it online.
Marga, what or who is a leading woman to you?
A leading woman is someone who is true to herself, someone who is genuine. Because I think when you work with passion and when you work with your heart, you will shine. To be a leading woman, you just be the best of who you are and then try to share that to everyone.
Thank you for sharing your heart, your passion, and your beautiful designs. And not to forget the stories of these tribes that make up the brand Kayo.
Thank
Salamat
you,
kayo.
Salamat kayo also.
A proud child of Mindanao, and most importantly, a proud Filipina. Marga never gets tired of empowering women ethnic groups. The colorful journey, culture, and traditions of each tribe reflect on every fabric, every beadwork, and every piece made by the women weavers. And for someone who has witnessed the struggles of these indigenous groups, Marga is eager to share their works and their stories to the rest of the world.